Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. It's Liverpool against Manchester City. You know, this type of game, you'd look at the teams that are out and you'd say, hey, this game should be a top of the table clash. So much talent. A big rivalry in the modern game of the Premier League, but it's actually, it's a race to get in the Champions League for Liverpool, and it's a survival title game for Manchester City. If they can't win this, I think Arsenal are going to win the league anyway. But I think if Man City can't win this game, I think it's basically over. It's just about when Arsenal win it, not if they're going to win it. So it's a big one. And you can go through the big scores there. I mean, we've had some big weekends. Big weekend results. Crystal Palace have just tuned in a 1-0 win against Brighton in a surprising result, some might say, but a deserved result. And it just shows you how unpredictable this Premier League is this season. So another strange result. We saw Brentford winning at Palace yesterday. West Ham won, of course. Some Everton at Fulham. I think we're starting to see now the top six sort of step away. Although Brentford are level on points with Liverpool and Everton are only 2 points behind. So we feel like we're starting to see the top six step away. But beyond that, I think anybody can beat anybody. Who do you want to win? Belabor was terrible today, says Andy. I think Belabor's not the answer for Man United anyway. But I think a score draw would be my preference today. I want Arsenal to win the league over Man City. And I want Man United to get Champions League football. So we need somebody to attack. I mean, let me just go back to that league table. From a Manchester United point of view, from a Chelsea point of view, from an Aston Villa point of view, 6 clubs, that will be the top 6. It's just what order it is. And whoever finishes 6th will be in the Europa League, not in the Champions League. So as a Man United fan, a Chelsea fan, a Villa fan, you want somebody to basically mess up and attach themselves to that 6th place. So, look, obviously for the neutral and the Liverpool fan, Liverpool winning and getting a point behind Chelsea and 2 points behind United and 5 points behind Villa makes for a very interesting race. But somebody's going to miss out and finish 6th. I think it could be Villa. I think with the injury problems they've got, I think they could drop. But technically they're joint 2nd at the moment. So Liverpool not winning would be a positive for United and Chelsea and Villa. So I feel like a score draw would be ideal. Probably a Man City win 2nd, if I'm being honest. But the score draw is the one that I really want. I actually don't think Liverpool will lose this game. I don't think Liverpool will. I've said that a few times. I think Liverpool will get something out of the game. I don't know whether they'll win. I think in Premier League predictions, Robbie said Liverpool win and I said a draw. He did say Brighton would win and I said draw. We both got that wrong as well. So it's hard to tell who's doing what this week. But yeah, Liverpool win for Robbie and a City and a draw for me. So we'll see what happens. But very much looking forward to it. I mean, let's go through the 2 teams as well. And as you can see, Liverpool are lining up as follows. They've got Alisson, Szoboszlai, Konate, Van Dijk, Kerkez, Gravenberch, McAllister, Wirtz, Salah, Gakpo and Ekitike. And I think primarily that does solve a problem for Liverpool, doesn't it? Because Szoboszlai at right back seems to me to be a bit of a waste of time, but it allows you to not have to drop McAllister or Gravenberch because you want to play Wirtz as a 10. So I know they went for Mukiele at Sunderland and they need a right back. However, having Szoboszlai at right back solves that issue of having to leave somebody out. So at the moment, it probably doesn't work too much of an issue for Liverpool. And arguably, that is their best team. I mean, I still think Andy Robertson should be playing instead of Kerkez, but Slot likes Kerkez and that's his signing. You look at the bench for Liverpool, it's not great. Woodman, Robertson, Ramsey, Nyonyi, Rio, Marbadashvili, Jones, Endo, Chiesa. There's not a lot on the bench for Liverpool when you compare it to Man City. However, the first 11 is good. You then look at Man City, different story. Donnarumma, Nunez, Kushinov, Gehi, Alt-Nouri, Silva, Rodri, O'Reilly, Semenyo, Haaland, Mamouche. I don't think that's as strong as it can be for Man City. I think Mamouche is a good player, but off the left, that's probably not his best position. O'Reilly's a good player, but in the midfield, that's probably not his best position. Altnouri is a good player, but Kushinov, I think, is prone to errors, especially in a big game like this. So I'd say Liverpool have got the best 11, starting 11, but then when you go to the bench and you look at City, you've got Foden, Cherki, Reinders, Diaz, Aki. They've got Nico Gonçalves as well. So they've got good players on their bench, City, but not a lot of attacking players. I mean, Cherki and Foden are attackers, but when I'm talking about attackers, I'm talking about the Dokus, I'm talking about the Sabios, I'm talking about the players that can come on and make a massive change. So City probably got the better bench. Liverpool, I think, have got the starting 11 and they've got the home advantage. So I just don't see Liverpool I don't see Liverpool losing this game. That's sort of where I am. Laura says, I hope everyone's had a chilled Sunday. Laura, look, I was saying this on the United Stand. I did a late show on the United Stand this morning. We're normally live at 10 o'clock, but I couldn't do it till 11:45 because my son was playing in a cup semi-final, went to penalties. They won. Absolutely fantastic. My daughter has been called up today to play for the under-21s. She played half a game. I think she's done quite well. I haven't spoke to her yet, but they've won as well. So, sometimes this is the beauty of football, isn't it? And Man United won yesterday. So sometimes you get the hat trick. Your local team wins, your son's team wins, and your real team wins. And then sometimes all three lose. So look, it's been a good day so far, and that's why I'd love a score draw. You know what I'd love? I am excited about this game. I would love a 3-3. I would love a Premier League classic 3-3. I'd absolutely love that. That's what I would love to see. But Arsenal fans, I think you want a Liverpool win. Man United, Chelsea, Villa, we all want a Liverpool loss or a draw. Yeah, so everybody wants different things. Can both teams lose, says Lamb. Well, you know what? Even from a Man United point of view, I've still got aspirations that we could potentially, I say, get into the top 10, get into the top 2. Why can't we reel Man City in? If Man City lose here, it's only the same gap as it is to Villa. So, look, there's a lot to play for still in this Premier League. As an Arsenal fan, Jared Palmer, thank you very much for your super chat. You can do that through the $sign. He's given us £10, very generous. He says, as an Arsenal fan, even if City lose today, I still won't be convinced until it's mathematically over. I'm too experienced in this game. I've played the game. Look, I get that, Jared. Obviously, I do the show with Robbie on a Friday and on his channel on a Monday. Arsenal could win the treble. They could win a quadruple, and Arsenal fans won't even admit they're going to win one thing. I get that. I completely understand that. It's been a long time. It's 20 years since they won a Premier League. They've never won a Champions League. You're not going to start saying we're going to do something that we've never done. But trust me, you will win the Premier League. Very rare. I can't remember the last time it happened where a team won the Premier League that didn't deserve it. And I can't remember the last time that a team won the Premier League that didn't deserve it numerous times across the season. Arsenal have been the best side. Arsenal will win the Premier League. Did Seb take one of the penalties, says Robert. Well, we had 5 penalty takers, and the 5th penalty taker didn't even get to take a penalty because they missed. They went first. So what happened? They went first and scored. I can't remember. We didn't need to take our last penalty, basically, because we'd already gone through. I think what happened is they went first and scored. We went for second and scored. Then they missed. Then we missed. Then they missed. Then we scored. Then they missed. I can't remember. Anyway, we didn't need to take the last penalty. Seb didn't get to take one anyway. Have you had a Moscow Mule yet, says Jade. No. I keep asking me. I will do it one day. Why you want City to lose? You want to hand Arsenal the title in February, says Andy. Well, you raise a good point. Yeah. I would like to quite catch Man City, though. I would like to reel them in. As an Arsenal fan, even if City lose today, I've done that one from Jared. Rob Always United says, United win and Liverpool lose in one weekend would be perfect. And Parker says, I want Liverpool to win. I bet your Audi that United will win the title, so we need City to lose. Arsenal will bottle themselves, says Parker. Yeah, you're drunk. You're drunk. Remember, Liverpool have got to go to Sunderland on Wednesday, though. So even if Liverpool get a draw here, I don't see them winning at Sunderland. Nobody has. So I sort of see it as from the next 6 points, I'd be very surprised if Liverpool got anything more than 3. What are your thoughts on Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl, says Chris. Well, remember, we're doing a Super Bowl tonight, live, watch along. I've got my big bag of sweets there. I've got my American soda in the fridge. I've got my bags of crisps as well. We'll be live from 11 o'clock tonight on this channel with our annual Super Bowl stream. So check it out with us. Some of us will be doing it all the way through till about 3:30 in the morning. Can't wait. Really excited about this one. No Chiefs in it as well, which makes it even better. Sam says, what about a score prediction? Well, I want you to get involved in this, Sam. So I will keep mine back for the moment as I get your thoughts in. Please do share the video, by the way. Welcome, everybody. And do subscribe. So draw, Liverpool win, and Man City win. Let's have a look at that. Get your thoughts in on that. The poll is live. As a United fan, we need Liverpool to lose, says Dale. Thank you very much. Well, look, I'd like a score draw. I still think we could catch Man City and reel them in as well. I don't think City are beyond being caught. And the more wins we get and the more teams we can pull in to the race for the Champions League football, the better. Reach for the stars. I think the ambitious result is a draw. I understand why people want Liverpool to lose and keep them behind us, but I think there is more. I think there is more than we can wish for more than that. Definitely. A draw would be fine, but boring. Not if it's like 3-3. Always felt Arsenal are the Chiefs of the Premier League, says Wombat, and United are 4 from 4 since Bruno's Twitter was hacked, says Soul Sports News. I thought you were going to say since he went in at number 10. I don't understand Pep's lineup this season. I think Liverpool will win because there are some City players who have no business being on the pitch, says Hello. Well, let's get that City team on the on the screen so you can take a look at that. That's the Liverpool team. The Man City team will be going up in a minute. I don't understand. I've done that one. Look, as I said, I think Liverpool have got the better starting lineup, but I think City have got the better options from the bench. Erling Haaland. Somebody told me a stat about Erling Haaland. I can't remember what it was. It was something like he scored 2 goals in his last 10 games or something like that. So he has... the goals have dried up for him. But I don't think that's because Haaland's missing chances. I think the goals have dried up because they're not providing the service, which is probably why they brought this man, Semenyo, in the first place. So Erling Haaland, when he's not scoring... I said this. I said this at Christmas. Remember when City were doing really well at Christmas? And Arsenal were scraping results, and a lot of people said, "Well, they're going to be unstoppable." 1 goal in 8 games in all competitions, says Law of the Dingle. That was it. 1 goal in 8 games for Haaland. I said, "Well, if he gets injured, they're in trouble." Well, he hasn't got injured, but he has stopped scoring, and I think Manchester City, when they don't have the goals from Haaland, do struggle. And that's been the case again. They have really struggled. Really struggled. They've got to get Haaland filing. We know, but the interesting thing as well about this game is I definitely think if you were having a bet on it, I would definitely go with both teams to score. I think both teams to score is absolutely nailed on because both defences are gettable. I look at Arsenal and I think their defence is incredible, but I don't think Man City and Liverpool have great defences this season. Do you think Pep will go at the end of the season? He looks like he's lost weight, doesn't he, Pep? I'm just looking at him there. He does look like, I don't know why. Maybe he's like going to run a marathon or something, but he does look like he's lost a bit of weight. Maybe it's the weight lifted from him that he knows he's going in the summer. I think he's definitely going to go. I think this is definitely the last season of Pep with Manchester City. Watching YouTube 4.2 says, watch Super Bowl with you or sleep for exams at 8 a.m. Definitely go and sleep for your exams, mate. I mean, I don't want to... I mean, if you've got a normal job or you haven't got exams tomorrow, I'm giving you the day off to watch the Super Bowl because you'll really enjoy it. But I'm not giving you the day off. I'm not stopping you from doing your exams. That's important. Thank you very much. Always felt Arsenal the Chiefs of the Prem as well. Thanks for your early super chats. Haaland will get 2 goals and it will be a City draw. Matiomo, who is one of our members, says Pep looks sick of it. I think it's a season too far. I do. Lots of people talking about Spurs. Sharky says, Mark, Spurs are 15th now after Crystal Palace won. What's your thoughts? I really thought Spurs looked... It's interesting because Fulham lost to Everton yesterday. And I thought Fulham played really well against us and we needed that late winner. Spurs with the red card, obviously that made a big difference in the game. I thought up until the red card, Spurs looked quite good as well. So I don't see Spurs going down, but West Ham have suddenly kicked on as well. So yeah, I think it's an interesting one actually with Spurs, because Palace I thought might get dragged into it. They seem to have found a second wind now that they're not playing on Thursday nights again. So yeah, it's an interesting one. I don't think Spurs will go down. That's my definitive stance. But it's going to be. They probably do need to be worrying a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I've just lost my live chat here. Got it back. Score prediction, Mark. Well, I was just waiting for you lot to sort of have your vote a little bit, please. Please do share the video, by the way. It'd be great to get to 10,000 before kick-off. Massive game today, Liverpool against Manchester City. We've got 38% of you going with a Liverpool win, 33% of you going with a draw, and 29% of you going with a Manchester City win. I'm going with a score draw, so I'm with the 33%, but that's quite close. I'm excited about this game. I don't think this... Well, look, famous last words. I don't think this game can be played out as a dull 0-0. Famous last words, definitely, but I really don't. I think both defences aren't good enough, and I think the intensity of the game will be such that they will... they'll give us a good game. I just actually hope we don't see a... I hope we don't see a poor game. I hope we don't see a red card. Look, we were very happy to see one yesterday. Of course we were. But I don't want to see that. I hate games with red cards in it. I really do. So I'm hoping that we will see some good football. And look, Liverpool do look quite good recently. I thought Liverpool played really well in their last game against Newcastle, in the second half especially. Chelsea seem to have kicked on. Manchester United seem to have kicked on. So I do think it's going to be tough. And Man City are so difficult to read these days because they're just unpredictable, Manchester City. They're so unpredictable. But I think you can get at them. And I think Liverpool's midfield's better. I think Wirtz is key. I'm just going through the team there. I think Wirtz is key. I think the way Wirtz is playing at the moment, he's sort of settling into that position. Ekitike's a very good player. I know some Liverpool fans don't rate Gakpo, but I think your best front four is Wirtz as the 10 with Salah and Gakpo and Ekitike. You don't have to worry about Szoboszlai because he's playing at right back because you haven't got a right back. So I think the balance of the Liverpool's first team, that's probably Liverpool's best team. It's not Man City's best team. Nick P says, I had a thought today. Well, thanks very much for your super chat. Wouldn't it be nice if someone at United leaked were having second thoughts about Baleba due to form? Let's see his reaction, says Nick P. Well, that's a great point. Great point. I'm just about to tweet again. There we are. Gyökeres has scored more goals when Saka's absent, says NAU. I mentioned it on my match reaction last night. And Robbo96, thank you very much for your generous super chat. £20 says there's more interest in Liverpool losing as it keeps underdogs like Brentford, Everton and Sunderland in sight of Europe. And if City lose, then the title could be decided already. I want them to at least keep Arsenal in check. So, yeah, look, I think I might be in the minority here. I think a lot of United fans, by the sound of it, want Liverpool to lose. and City to keep the title race alive. I get that. My thoughts are that a score draw keeps City within reach. We might catch City. But I get the point of the Liverpool result. Yeah. If Liverpool win, that will put pressure on United. Yeah, I don't want a Liverpool win, Doctor Strange. That would be strange. Yeah, I don't want that. We are only about 5 minutes away from the start. 1 second, I've just got to grab something from the other room, but I want to have a couple of minutes on this. Eddie Howe, Newcastle. Let me just show you something here, and you can give me your thoughts on it. What's your thoughts on Eddie Howe and Newcastle? Look at where they are. 12th place, 33 points. Only 10 points away from the relegation zone. Miles off. I think they're 10 points off 5th or something like that. Not good enough. 10 losses. Europe's basically gone already. They're not in a very good position. Is this Eddie Howe job under threat? Let me know your thoughts. I'm literally going to be 10 seconds. 10, 9. Leave Eddie Howe alone, you shits. He's absolutely fine. Leave him alone. I think with Newcastle, they just can't do the whole. I feel like, when I see Newcastle fans moaning about it, it's their club, it's their prerogative. Absolutely, I completely agree. But that's football's for everybody. Everybody's welcome. Make sure you subscribe. My opinion is that, well, if you sack Eddie Howe, you won't get a better manager than Eddie Howe. You won't. You might get a bit of a bounce, but in a couple of years' time, under your new manager, you won't be getting Champions League, winning Carabao Cups. It won't happen. Players will leave, like Bruno Guimaraes and Joel Linton and Tonali and Anthony Gordon. They'll all leave, and your next manager will be somebody like De Zerbi or Glasner or Iriola, who really isn't an upgrade on Eddie Howe. So I think that be careful what you wish for, because I think maybe some people think, well, you sack Eddie Howe, you get Enrique because they're loaded, but they can't get the money into the club anyway. So I wouldn't be in a rush to get rid of Eddie Howe. And I also think that it was quite predictable that they were going to struggle to deal with the Premier League and the Champions League and a Carabao Cup run to the semi-final as well. All these games add up. They played a lot of games. Yeah. Hi, Mark. Plus chat. I'm trying to mount a TV for my Super Bowl party tonight, and I cannot figure out how to hammer these nails in through the anchor without them sliding to a weird position. Any advice? Says Daniel. Mate, if you're trying to mount a TV to the wall, you can't be hammering in nails. You need a drill. You need some plugs. You need proper equipment. You need to drill a hole, and you need to put in some roll plugs, or ideally those things that when you put them in, they expand and hold against it. Otherwise, it's going to come down. Yeah. Or you could just use YouTube. Yeah, definitely. I like the left back at Newcastle as well. He'll leave as well. What's his name? Hall. What's his first name? I've had an absolute brain blank there. Players are coming out onto the pitch. Here we go. Is it Lewis Hall? Yeah, I think it might be Lewis Hall. Yeah. Thanks for your super chat, pal. Right, players are out on the pitch. Let's get ready to rumble. We've got nearly 10,000 people watching already, 9,500 legends. Make sure you get involved in That's Football. Everybody is welcome here. Lots of watch-alongs, daily content, some really exciting stuff we're working on as well. Got Dortmund live on Friday night as well in Dortmund, and they're right on the tails of Bayern Munich at the moment. So a bit of a title race going on too. Live Bundesliga football on Friday nights on this channel, and some other very interesting things coming up as well. None of these games are ever on my cable TV, says the Really C. And Lewis Hall would be good Maguire replacement, to be honest. Well, he's a left back. Harry Maguire doesn't play as a left back. Right. Score predictions. Let them get them in. It's me. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. Yeah. When will we get another Driving with Goldbridge, says Bobby. Well, thank you everybody who's been watching my videos on my channel. My aim is to try and upload one a week this season and push towards 500,000 subs on that channel. I'm hoping to do one this week. I've got a bit of a busy week, back end of the week, but if I can get it recorded at the start of the week, it can go up. Yeah. Are you doing the Super Bowl? Yes, Luca. We are doing the Super Bowl. Very, very excited to be doing the Super Bowl. It's going to be a good stream. I've got a lot of sweets. I've got some toxic waste sweets to try as well. Basically, I just sit there watching the Super Bowl, trying lots of different sweets and stuff. I'm like that guy who eats all that food. I don't eat for a couple of days so I can binge. No, I had a big roast pork dinner with red cabbage and everything today. So I can't lie. But we've done really well. Like I'm just looking at the last few years. We did Kansas City Chiefs against the Philadelphia Eagles last year, and it was we had 300,000 views on that. We had 300,000 for the Rams versus the Bengals. We had 300,000 for the Chiefs versus the Eagles. Was that last year? That was 2 years ago. I didn't realise the Chiefs played the Eagles 2 years ago as well. Oh God, how many years have we done this? I think I've done about 5. It's a tradition anyway. Definitely a tradition. I need to try and find my helmet. I don't know where it is. I don't know where my helmet is. Last time I saw it was last year. It was on the shelf. I've got a load of stuff. So don't know where it is. I have to find that. Right, we're ready to go here anyway. And we're excited. It's a good day. Great game. Very excited about it. A bit off topic, what's your plan for the World Cup? Are you just going to do the big match knock-ups or knockout phase? We're talking through it at the moment, Nath. I've been having a few conversations, so we're very open to a lot of things at the moment, but we will be covering it, let's put it that way. Senny says, I pray on City's downfall. Thanks, legends. I've got over 10,000 watching already. We're about to go here. Man City to kick it off. Oh, I'm excited for this one. Some games are just big. This is big. We're up and running. It's Man City at Liverpool. Arsenal fans will be watching this. Everybody's watching this. GEM UFC says double hate watch. I reckon there's going to be some controversy in this. I reckon something big's going to happen. Wish my Ravens were in the Super Bowl, says HD. I crave the day where the Bills are in the Super Bowl. Josh Allen deserves it. Thanks for your super chats, by the way. We'll read those out. Record at Anfield since 1953. Yeah, that's a stupid. There's no point. Why have they done Man City's record since 1953? Why would you? What more? Sack the Pratt who thought that was an idea. There's just no context to it, is there? Oh, Man City's record at Anfield since 1953. Do it from 2008. When they were invented. There's no point looking at Man City's record at Anfield pre-2008. There's none, is there? They only became a big club in 2008. Even City fans agree with me. Why would you look at Man City's record at Anfield since 1953? Plus, no one's going to look back and, I remember 1953. They don't remember anything, are they? Silver. Slate, Haaland! He's going to score! Oh, Kirkes did so well. What's Liverpool's defence doing there? Kirkes did really well. Haaland probably should have scored, but how are they putting themselves in this position, Liverpool's defence here? Silva's got it, but they completely lose. Konate just lets him run. Weird defending there, and they're very lucky. And it's an open game. I like this game already, says Bob. Well, it's open. Very open. Man City should be 1-0 up. Who are you supporting, says Zane? I'm supporting the score draw. I'm supporting the 4-4. Yeah. There's going to be goals in this, says Sammy. Any result apart from a Liverpool win is all right for me as a United fan. Chelsea fans probably feel the same. Arsenal fans want Liverpool to win. And offside. Well, this was the chance. Konate messes up big time. Konate playing the offside trap there is absolutely wild. He's got to go with the run. And it's good. I tell you what, it's good by Kirkes and it's good by Alisson. But Konate there, just you can't do that. You can't just let Haaland run through. Why is Foden always benched now? I don't know. I mean, for me, Phil Foden was one of the best players in the Prem 18 months ago. I feel like City have started off the better team here. Julian with a super chat says, don't think City can catch Arsenal, so would love to see Liverpool lose as a United fan. Be good for the title race if Man City won, and it'd be good for United if Liverpool lost. I completely agree. You reckon United can beat these side of City and Liverpool? We already have, Amit. We beat City about a month ago, so yeah. And we beat Liverpool here as well. We beat both of this lot. Oh, that looked like a corner to me. Kept it in. I can't lie, Mark. Cole Palmer's hat-trick on his 100th appearance is unbelievable. Is he destined for Rooney's number 10? No, Rajaf. Cole Palmer's not coming to Man United. Well done, Ekatike. Cuts it back. I tell you what, it's a tempestuous start. Do a poll. Foden versus Doku. I will do that, actually, because I want to close this off now. 38% went with the Liverpool win, 32% went with a draw, and 30% went with a Man City win. So it's very close on that. I've been asked to do an either or here as a poll. Doku just didn't make the game. There was hope that he would start, but would be involved, but he's not fit enough. He's not even made the bench. So not a lot you can do about that. It's the same guy who said long throw-ins are good with his robotic voice. 1953. Meh, says Jared Palmer. You beat Amrim with Carrick. You beat Liverpool with Amrim, not Carrick. Same thing. Kirkes. Waiting for the run. Wow, Ekatike. There's goals in this game, isn't there? There's goals in this game. Good play by O'Reilly. Oh, I don't know why the referee gave a foul there. I would have just let the game go. Let it flow. Let it flow. Everyone's booing when Gehi gets the ball, says Shara. Well, I did think about that. I mean, look, ultimately, Liverpool fans are probably right to boo him, aren't they? He was coming to Liverpool and Crystal Palace cancelled it. And then in the January, he decides to go to Man City for the money. Do you hear what he said? It was God's plan. Come on, you can't use religion for that. God didn't tell you to sign for Man City and not wait for Liverpool, did he? Unless God's your bank manager. I mean, come on. I respect the fact that he chose Man City because they wanted him now. It was big money. You're in a title race. You're in the Champions League. But it wasn't God who told him, was it? In all honesty, he probably looked at Liverpool, who were in a bit of a crisis, and thought, Slot might not even be here in the summer. I'm going to City. What's going on there? What's going on there? Halfway line. Mamouche, Konate. I don't know why he's let that go. Or has he just said play on? Ref's a bit of a twat. A bit off target, but I got my first Manscaped on Friday. What a piece of hardware. All thanks to you promoting it. Thanks, Mark, says Wolfie. They're very good. They're very good. Doku and Foden is actually quite a close poll here, so well done to Nath Soccer for suggesting that. I tell you what, it's got a really good tempo to this game. Wild. By Gahey. It's really quick pace. Great tempo. And City come away. Whose idea was it to introduce ref cam, says Jared. Some knobhead. Absolute waste of time. Probably Drake convinced Gahey because it's God's plan, says Amit. Free kick to City. People in the chat actually like ref cam. I don't know what is it that you what is it that you like about moving away from crisp HD coverage of the game to a bloody GoPro on a knobhead's head? I don't get. Oh look, I just think it's shit. But look, each their own. Some people like it. I think it's crap. Free kick to City. It's not shootable. Just slows the game down a little bit. This doesn't happen in the Bundesliga. This shit. This is what needs calling out. This free kick was given about 40 seconds ago, right? It's in the middle of the pitch. Just get on with it. Why do we have to wait a minute for a free kick? This is something the PGMOL needs to stop. All this, every time there's a free kick, let's slow the game down and lose a minute. Goal kick. They need to speed the game up in the Premier League. I watched the Bundesliga on a Friday night. You don't get any of this shit. It's quick. It's moved the game. Start, bench, sell, says Hamish. Saka, Salah, Cunha. I don't like United players because I'm going to be red tinted glasses. So I'm going to sub out Cunha and I'm going to put in Elise. And I would say I would sell Salah now because I think he's fell off. I would bench Saka and I would start Elise. I never thought I'd say that about Salah, but he has fell off. I'm sorry. I've always been a big fan of Salah, even though he plays for Liverpool, but he has fell off. Cherky or Verts? Come on, City, says Kim. I think Cherky's had the better season. Evan says, I think Konate is going to be a problem today. I agree. He looks a little bit scared of Haaland. Sati says, both teams don't look comfy defending. Hope Liverpool nick it. Some people like to watch a close-up of hot, sweaty men, Mark, says Waffle. Nicholas says, your biggest fear is finishing 7th. We're not finishing 7th. We're not finishing 7th. We're already, 44 or 5 points clear of 7th. That's not happening. When you look at the teams that are in 7th, Donnarumma, what's he doing? Oh, he got there. Good punch as well. It's gone out for a throw-in. Could you wish Ladios a happy birthday for tomorrow, says Rob. Yeah, Ladios is a legend. He's one of the moderators as well. So big shout out to Ladios. Happy birthday for tomorrow. In fact, I might be able to say happy birthday on the day at midnight tonight on the Super Bowl. Remind me of that. I still feel like City are slightly on top here. Liverpool not really settled. He's offside, Mamouche. Missed anyway, but he was offside. Should Tuchel be expected to call up Cobby and Cole for the World Cup squad after their excellent recent form? Also, who would they replace, says Rajaf. I mean, Jordan Henderson's in the squad, isn't he? So, would you not let him go? Grizzly says, do you think Xhaka is part of a Xabi summer? He looks like he fits more Xabi's system than Slot. I don't know. Liverpool, if they're going to make a change, will wait till the summer. And I suppose the choice that Liverpool will have, if they don't do well in the Champions League and they finish, let's say, 4th or 5th in the league, is that unacceptable? Is that enough to change your manager? It can be. You can make a change in the summer if you're not happy with that. I feel like Man City are slightly on top here at the moment. I like Ahmad on the wing. Is there a chance Bruno still leaves, Mark? Says Ahmad. Yeah, 100%. I don't think that's changed at all. He said he's going to think about it after the World Cup, which I don't like. I think we need to pin it down before that. Seahawks are the favourite for the Super Bowl, Stefan, but I want the Patriots to win. Rodri, there was a bit of pressure there from Liverpool, but Man City have done well to play through the press. Who do you think's manager of the season so far, says Michael. He's mentioning David Moyes. Keith Andrews. I mean, obviously it'll go to Arteta for winning Arsenal's first title, but I think I thought Keith Andrews would be sacked by Christmas. I thought Brentford were going to get relegated. They're on the same points as Liverpool. So what they've done at Brentford is incredible. Deflected shot by Rodri, and that goes for a goal kick. Rye Guy says, if you succeed Pep at City, which players would you bring in, and would you coach them to win by possession or by counter? Well, I'm not managing City. So that's I'd coach them to be shit. There's been a few good managers in the Premier League this season, though, hasn't there? I mean, look, David Moyes has done a good job. The Sunderland coach has done amazing. Leeds have done quite well as well. Liverpool struggling to construct anything meaningful, meaningful possession in the final third so far. I.e., bit of a slow start. Fast by Semenyo there. Kirkez can't deal with him. Good cross. Alisson's there. I don't rate Kirkez. Sorry. I know he might settle, but I just feel like he might be one of those. What a flick by Wirtz into Salah. A terrible ball. Should have played it into Wirtz. Yeah, I just don't know with Kirkez. He doesn't look like it's going to work. I might be wrong. You know, maybe second season he'll settle in, but I don't know. Gahey did really well there. Unbelievable that some United fans are more interested in some guy getting a haircut than looking at the bigger picture. Mate, Jared, he's a nice guy who's getting the haircut, but Bruno Fernandes got asked about it. Some United fans are getting a right hard on about it. I'm like, Mamouche. Konate. Ooh. They were looking for a bit of a penalty. It would have been very soft. Would have been a very soft penalty, that. Nice ball by Nunez. Mamouche. I think on the halfway line that's a foul, but I think in the box. That wasn't in the box anyway. Soft, that would have been. Any advice on rectum piles? All the best, Jay, says user KK2. You can get creams for it, can't you? Good observation here from Ben saying that Haaland seems to be playing deeper. I think they're using him for the flick on. I've seen him flick it on a couple of times. You're right. Oh. What's he going to do after he cuts his hair? Apparently, he's going to get a Man United tattoo on his arse if we win another 5 games in a row. And then after that, he's going to live in the North Pole for a month in a tent. I don't know. There's loads of more stuff you can do, isn't there? You can grow your fingernails or something. As a United fan, I want a City win. Big picture is I want Champions League football, less competition for 5th place, the better. Future depends on it, says Keel. Well, Man City look good here at the moment. Ross says, I think that was a penalty. I think it was a little bit soft. I think it was a little bit soft. Corner to City. Corners can be big in the Prem. That's a good corner. And Liverpool defended it well. Rodri into Silva. How many times have we said that over the years? Be interesting if City can get Rodri back to his best. I think that's very interesting for the World Cup as well for Spain. George says, penalty. Shut up, you fannies. Not my words, the words of George. Got any advice on the Szoboszlai contract situation? Don't know what it is. Oh, penalty for Bayern and a red card for Hoffenheim. That's over then. That's game's over already. Then he kicked off 18 minutes ago. Rodri's gone. Platoon demands a City loss. Don't know what that means, J-Bob, but thank you very much. Liverpool have done sod all here on the attack. My friend Zahar is a United fan and I'm an Arsenal fan. And he said he'd rather we have City win the league again than Arsenal. How do you change his mind, says Sean. I think that's a very niche feeling. I think most United fans want Arsenal to win it over Man City. I'm just giving a free kick on Szoboszlai there, by Szoboszlai there. Has Salah touched the ball yet, says Duncan. He's definitely touched it because he tried to play a pass to somebody. But look, there's no point debating this. Mo Salah has fell off and he ain't coming back. And it's very, very sad, but it happens. It happens. Players can't be at the level they're meant to be forever. I saw it with Wayne Rooney. He's just not the same player. You look at what Mo Salah was doing for the last 5 years, the goals, the assists. He's nowhere near that now. He's just not that player anymore. And look, I get why Liverpool pick him. He's still a good player, but he's not Mo Salah anymore, is he? And he's not going to be. He doesn't. You can have a dip in form for a few weeks, but you don't have a dip in form for 8 months. He was actually running onto the ball then, and I was like, ooh. City in control here. Liverpool really struggling, which is part of the thing I was sort of thinking about with Liverpool. They have been bad for a lot of the season, and all right, they were good against Newcastle, but every time they'd get a good result, they very rarely follow it up. So far, so bad from Liverpool. What's the plan for the Super Bowl tonight, mate? Says Real Mr. Starfish. So we'll be live at 11 p.m. Starts at about 11:30. I'll talk all the newbies into it, what it's all about. Yeah, we'll go all the way through to the result, halftime show, etc., etc. Got me American sweets and my drinks. I've got to find my helmet, and away we go. Party time. Just can't think where it is. I think I know where it is. I think people rather City win the title because they're no fans versus Arsenal fans who are the worst fans, says Neil. Salah could bounce back. Look at Casemiro. I think it's harder to do that when you've lost your pace. Mohammed says, do you think the fact that United didn't qualify for Europe helped them this season, especially with only one game a week? Oh, yeah, Mohammed, 100%. Haaland lays it off. Oh, couldn't get the shot off. And then it's wide by Mamouche, who wants a corner and gets a corner. Yeah, look, United would have a lot more injuries if we were playing 2 games a week. There's no way Luke Shaw would stay fit. I don't think Casemiro would stay fit. And without those 2 players, who do you pick? So it's definitely been an advantage only playing in the Premier League. But it'll be an advantage for whoever, like if Newcastle aren't in Europe at all next season, it'll be an advantage for them. It's just coming back constantly here. Man City must be dominating possession. What's the story on the possession here? 70%, yeah. Absolute domination at the moment. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. We're moving towards 20k. Thanks everyone. Big game this, but not Liverpool's best 20 minutes in the Premier League this season. And Arsenal fans, you won't be enjoying this because City are looking good here. But things can change. That's bad by Ekatike, but he wins a free kick. City fans aren't even fans, they're a bandwagon to sports-loving MILF. Hope you're doing well. What camera do you use for streaming, says Keel? Sony A7C. I used to use a Sony A7 III, but that broke. Found out what my mum and past girlfriend said at brunch yesterday. My mum told her she was her favourite girlfriend I had and she wants us back together. I left my girl right after New Year's for a reason, says Jade. Yeah, you don't want... I said this. Your mum's a traitor. Traitorous cow. Like, what is... I mean, sorry, you might love your mum. But that's... She shouldn't be sticking her nose in there. I'd be saying to her, you stick your nose in a beehive, you're going to get stung. Stick your nose out of it. I would hate that. I would hate one of my parents to be meeting my ex saying, imagine them, a couple of witches around their bloody, what do they call it? The bowl, the boiling bowl. Oh, how do we get you back together? You don't. Stay out of it. Haaland, in the box. Semenyo. Block, another corner. Yeah, you can't. If you break up with someone because you don't want to be with them, and then you find out your mum's going out for a brunch with them to discuss how you get back together, stay out of it. Absolutely stay out of it. It's like you going for a bloody brunch with your dad to discuss how she can improve a bloody lasagna recipe. It's offensive. Cauldron, that's it. There, Jade, I feel for you, bro. You got your mum and your ex round the cauldron trying to get you back together like the witches of Eastwick. Probably getting... Watch out what you watch. Don't go around for dinner. She'll be putting some bloody love potion in it for Valentine's Day. Hammer here, thoughts on West Ham's form ahead of Tuesday, says Andy. I've got a bad feeling about West Ham Man United on Friday, on Tuesday. I mean, it's all about the fucking haircut, isn't it? I want us to win so he can get his haircut, but I do have a little bit of a concern about it because West Ham are desperate for points at the moment, and that Fernandes and Somerville are doing really well. Plus, you've got Wan-Bissaka and Bowen, so you've got a few good players. And the only thing is, when you play West Ham at West Ham, there's no home advantage because they play on the running track. Good ball into Salah. Terrible shot, but it goes wide for a corner. No, I think we'll beat you, mate. I do think we'll beat you. We're better than you, but it worries me a little bit. I feel United is liberated and more at ease on the pitch. Do you foresee it will persist? And would you keep Carrick if we qualify for the Champions League? No. I'm so bored of being asked this question, Hakeem, but I appreciate it. You might not watch the United stand. I had to do a whole hour on it last night. I don't want to make a decision on Michael Carrick after 4 games. Let's review it at the end of the season. It's just completely and utterly knee-jerk reaction to say give him the job after 4 games. Which one-season wonder player was more memorable to you, Cisse or Michu? Definitely Michu, FPL legend, Angel. Get in the chat with your one-season wonder, who you liked. I think Michu at Swansea. I remember that FPL team. He was brilliant on FPL that year. Szoboszlai, another wasted pass by Liverpool. The game needs a goal. Needs a goal. And it's probably going to go to Man City. Hi, Mark. I haven't watched Villa much this season. Do you think they will get Champions League football, says Jimmy. Villa are in a really difficult position because when the Europa League kicks back in, you can't do Thursday, Sunday. You can't. You've got to pick one. And if you were Villa, what would you pick? Would you focus on top 5 in the Champions League, in the Premier League? Or would you focus on the Europa League? You can't do both. They can't do that. They haven't got the squad for it. It will be impossible. Look at United last year. We focused on the Europa League. We were losing most games on the Sunday after the Thursday. So they've got to do one or the other. I don't know who's in the Europa League. But yeah, and the fact is they're in the top 4 at the moment, aren't they? Clint Dempsey, Timu Pukki, Remy. People are talking about that. Any real chance Spurs go down, says Hovsey. Well, there's always a chance. Nobody's too good to go down. I'm just looking at this chance here. Szoboszlai's cross. And Salah, no, miles off. I don't think Spurs will go down, but there's always a chance. One and only says, fire the mum right now. No waiting till the morning. Oh, I'd be fuming. Jade, I'd be fuming. I'd be absolutely fuming. I really would. What are your thoughts about Man City fans explaining why there's so many empty seats because of ticket prices being expensive, says Pi. I think that's true, but also you haven't been filling that stadium for about 15 years. So there's an element of truth, no doubt, and I respect the fact that Man City fans all know more about their club than us, but you don't fill it anyway. Loads of people can't be asked to turn up anyway, regardless of the ticket prices. So I'd just say this, well, maybe that accounts for some people not turning up, but what about the last decade when you can't fill it? They can't fill that ground, that's the problem. The ground's too big. If Chelsea had a 70,000 capacity stadium, they wouldn't fill it. It's like certain fan bases can't fill their ground week in, week out. You fill it for a game against Arsenal, you'll fill it for a game against Spurs, United, but you're not going to fill it against Brighton, and that's the problem. Man City can't fill that stadium if they're playing Brighton at home. They just can't do it. Whereas United will fill it if we're playing bloody Cardiff. Liverpool, they'll fill it. They can't fill that ground. Do you want to see Alonso coaching in the Premier League? And if he replaces Slot or Pep, could he stick to the 3 at the back? So I'd love to hear your thoughts, says Rye. I think that'll be the big thing. We've seen it with Amorim. Like the 3-4-3, even though some clubs do use it, like Newcastle, Palace, when it comes to big teams, there's a real snobbery in the media and the ex-player community and the fan bases. People don't like it. So if he came to Liverpool and it didn't go well straight away, they'd be talking about the system all the time. I mean, Carragher was talking about our system. Got to go to a back 4. Can you imagine what they'll all do with Liverpool? So, yeah, it'll be tough. Thanks for the super chat anyway. Goes back to the keeper. Half an hour, it's flown by here. Ryle says, hi Mark, manager of the season, don't forget what a good job Emery's done as well. For flop of the season, do you agree it's Thomas Frank? Keep up the great work, says Ryle. I think the worst manager this season is Sean Dyche or Thomas Frank, yeah. I don't think Eddie Howe has done that bad when you consider they've done all right in the Champions League, but then again, Thomas Frank's done all right in the Champions League. I think Sean Dyche has been the biggest flop. I think Forrest have been absolutely terrible. Lovely ball from Wirtz into Ekitike. He's trying to go on his own. He's up against Gahey. He should have passed. He should have passed there. Greedy. Inexperience of youth. Why is he not passing there? Good ball by Wirtz. Yeah, lovely ball by Wirtz, but when Ekitike gets it here, you're looking at Gakpo. Gakpo's your pass all the time. All the time, Gakpo's the pass. Or Gravenberch on the edge. Just got one thing on his mind, that's inexperience. Name a more iconic duo than the Patriots and refs, says FBL. Well, you're talking to somebody who doesn't watch NFL enough to know that. Lovely ball there by Szoboszlai into Gravenberch. Maybe Liverpool now starting to have their phase of play. Kirkezi's offside. Referee's blown it. Challenge for you, Mark. Pick a squad to win the league with a player from every team in the league. No, I'm not doing that, Simon. Bloody hell. Why do people do that? That's going to take me about half an hour and we're watching a game of football. I'm not sitting here doing a fucking squad with one player from every team in it. It'll take me bloody ages. Why do people come up with stupid ideas like that in a watch-along when we're watching Liverpool Man City? I can't speak. You've done it on purpose, Simon, haven't you? You've rage-baited me on purpose because you know it pisses me off. Hi, Mark. Who wins? Kanye West versus 3 Kangaroos. It's getting stupid, Steve. It's getting stupid. Wirtz is in, needed to cut that back as well. Why are Liverpool not playing the final pass correctly? Most of the fans that don't want Arsenal to win the league due to their fan base are the ones who give the banter out but can't take it back, says Jara. True Gent says City have cheap tickets, Arsenal are most expensive. We've had a gifted membership from Jared Palmer. Thank you, Jared. You're a legend. And Dylan says, Newcastle and Villa are doomed to trade Champions League spots every year, or will one eventually push themselves closer to the Big Six? Both Villa and Newcastle have owners who want to spend more than they can. They can't spend any more because of FFP, so they'll always yo-yo. You're right. Should Luis Enrique be the top candidate for us, says G2? Well, it's whether he wants the job or not. Haaland. Oh, good shot. Straight at Alisson, though. On his strong left foot there. SK Pillar says, thank you for being there as a community, dealing with a family death, and remember, just listening to this can help. Thanks, pal. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, mate, and I'm glad that it gives you some escapism. It's a great community, and thoughts with you and your family. Thomas says, do you think Glasner, Iriola or De Zerbi are better coaches than Carrick? I want City to win because I hate Arsenal fan base. No, Thomas, I wouldn't take any of them over Carrick. I think if you're replacing Carrick, you've got to go best in class anyway. So you've got to be talking to Enrique, you've got to be talking to Nagelsmann, you've got to be talking to Ancelotti, you've got to be talking to Tuchel. You've got to go best in class. I don't want Glasner, Iriola or De Zerbi. You've got to be talking to Emery as well. People like that. I think I might have jinxed this. I said it won't be 0-0. It won't be 0-0. It won't be 0-0. There's Thomas Tuchel, Cheryl Cole, and James Milner. If someone clips that on TikTok and puts the picture, it'll do really well. Needless to say, it wasn't Cheryl Cole and James Milner, but the likeness was there. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. We are on the road to 1.5 million on this channel, so get involved, bottom right-hand corner. Join the community, subscribe, it's free, bottom right-hand corner. And we are, everybody's welcome, doesn't matter who you support. As I say, I think Man City have played the best football in the Premier League this season. What's happening here? I thought he pointed to the spot. Here we go. Super Bowl tonight. Fucking can't wait. I love doing the Super Bowl. I just got to find my gear. I've got time. I think Man City have been better than Liverpool. However, the last 5 minutes, Liverpool have started to come into the game a little bit. I'd say that. Hello, Alan. Oh, it's a foul. He's given a foul. Slot's not happy. They'll be apologising for that if you can lip read. Definitely said fucking hell. Don't get that on Sky. Ten minutes to go to half time. Salah, offside. They just can't get anything going, can they? God, I'm doing a whack him low there, smelling my fingers. Luckily, I hadn't been scratching my arse. I could smell some popcorn. I was like, did I have some popcorn? Yes, I did. Oh, I did, actually. I've been cheating. I've got my bag here, actually. Look at that. I've actually got some here. Seb's been at the old, whatever they are, Airheads. I've got Hershey's, Charleston Chew, Reese. I've got a moon pie, whatever that is, if you're American. I don't know what that is. They're nice. Baby Ruth. They're like a modern snack. I've got some of this left as well. Payday. That's good. I'll eat that in a minute. I've got another one of them. I've got some Mike and Ike sour blue raspberries. I've got the old Warheads. We'll have them later. What else have we got? Tootsie Roll. Cowtail. And then I've got a load of crisps and fizzy drinks as well. Needless to say, about 1 o'clock this morning, I'll be buzzing my tits off on sugar. But that's fine, because I'm not going to bed till about 4. I'm going to finish this, though. Actually, I will finish you, actually. What's this called? Payday. Peanut caramel bar. It's actually quite nice. That is good, that is. Oh, God. Attack breaks down again. Liverpool have been dreadful. I've never had a Payday bar before, but they're really nice. They're better than a Snickers. Ponty says moon pies are like cream pies. Oh, have you tasted plenty of them, have you? I've never tasted a moon pie or a cream pie. That Payday beats the Snickers, 100%. That was lovely. Corner to Man City. Silva flicked it on. Back post, Haaland. Canate heads away. I can't see Liverpool winning this. Well done, Bernardo Silva. He just bullies Kirkes to the ground. Are we hoping for a draw in this, says Will? Well, I'm happy with the draw. A lot of United fans want a Liverpool loss. But I'm happy with the draw. I think it's because I predicted a draw, but I can't see Liverpool winning it. Rodri, he'll shoot, you know. Not very good. Salah, Haaland. Liverpool can't get out. They're like the Dwarves of Moria. Shot over the bar. Hello, Mark, says Killen. Thank you very much for your super chat, Killen. He says Luca TV did an ultimate Juve quiz where he attempts to name the Juve rosters from 95 to 2025. Do you think you could do the same for United? Nah. I'm not Data Dean. I'm not a bloody geek. What about a Payday up the bum, Mark? Oh, okay, here we go. Chocolate bars up the bum again. I don't know what you lot are on. Pick one player from every team you would buy. No, not doing that, KO. It takes too long. Mark's got to find his gears as a true gent. Ike, thanks very much for your super chat. Very generous, £10. Says, I'd hate to have a player like Silva in my club. He just holds the ball for ages. When they're available, passes to progress the ball. That's why City miss Kevin De Bruyne. What are the strengths of Eddie Howe for you, says Milislav? I think he's very good at getting the best out of what he's got. You know, Connor says that was quick thinking. Michael Ballack or Jude Bellingham, says Dimitri. That's a weird either or. Doku's beaten Foden, by the way. Liam from Devon Red says, 4:30 start yesterday morning from Devon to Manchester, then back to watch United. Not the greatest performance out of the 4 games, but important to win. Oh, yeah. And look, so many people have been going to watch United over the last 18 months and not even winning. Looking for a penalty here, Salah. Yeah, you can't give a penalty for that and then not give it for the one on Mamouche. In fairness to City, you can't. Nah, you can't. You can't give that as a penalty and then not give that. No penalty for me. Wirtz is useless for that money, says Max. Chaos Theory says, I checked the ingredients on those American sweets. As I say, they've got more chemicals in them than a pharmacy. Okay, don't be a joy killer. James says, we use moon pies for local jail currency in Alabama. Family buys you 100 through the commissionary and you trade the rest for fence, says James. Okay. Moore says, why isn't Emery being discussed for the United manager? I don't know. It's a very good point. Two minutes to go to half time. Look, maybe Liverpool are going to win this on a war of attrition. Clearly a penalty. Seb won his semi-final on penalty, Sean C. Yeah, very, very good watch. Any plans to come to the US? Missed you in New York, says Karen. Well, the World Cup's in the US, Canada and Mexico, so I don't know what my plans are yet. I would like to come out for a little bit, though, and try somewhere else that I've not been to for a couple of games or something. I nominate Sada. Yusuf says, my girlfriend says I don't please her. Any advice? Get rid of her. That's just rude. You know what I would say? Because I'm terrible at taking criticism. I'd say, well, I don't please you because I find it boring. So you're never going to get a good performance when it's boring, are you? You're like a reserve game on a rainy night in Stoke. And I just can't get up for it because you're boring. That's what I would say. Basically, just flip the criticism. It's a good life lesson, actually. Flip the criticism. If she's going to say something as rude as you're boring and you can't satisfy her, give it back. Palmer or Foden or Saka or Wirtz. That's terrible, Max. That's a really bad constructed sentence. Unless I'm picking Palmer or Foden. Oh, sorry, Max, I take that back. I take that back, Max. I think it's an either or, isn't it? Would I take Palmer and Foden or Saka and Wirtz? I'd take Palmer and Foden. Yeah. Would you take Super Stevie Clark after we win the World Cup, says David? No, you can keep him. Hi, Mark. How many goals and assists would Bruno have if he had played at number 10 the whole season? So sad Sesko couldn't finish the chance at the end. Well, he'd have a bit more, Ankit, and he's already leading the assists table in the Premier League. My player of the year votes, I think. Bruno, he won't get it, but... Gravenberch got a bit of a break on here, but they just can't get through the Liverpool press. Cosmos, I'm not reading that. Hi, Mark. I'm a New Zealander living in Manchester. I've been travelling a lot. Would your opinion be on great places to travel? I've not travelled, mate. Nicholas, I'd love to give you some advice, but you'll have travelled more than me. Thierry Henry is new Man United manager? God, no. Absolutely not, Chad. He's way too arrogant. And he played for Arsenal. No. 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 We're not doing that. Well, I think Liverpool... Man City haven't really created anything apart from that Haaland chance. It is half-time. But I do feel like Liverpool are somewhat fortunate to be going in at half-time 1-1. I mean, look at that. They've had no shots on target. They've only had 3 shots. They've only had 39% possession. City, 61% possession, 10 shots, 3 on target. Their pass completion rate is 89% to Liverpool's 76. That is a bonus for Liverpool to be going in 0-0 at half-time. That is an absolute bonus for them because that's just not good enough. This is a step backwards for Liverpool again. I thought they were good against Newcastle last week, but they've stepped back again. They're being absolutely dominated. I look at Liverpool and I think surely they're going to start kicking on now. But if they came to Old Trafford and played like that, we'll beat them. If they go to Stamford Bridge, they'll beat them. Like that's a crap performance from Liverpool, considering it's such a big game, and they've had a week off. Man City played midweek, remember, on Wednesday at the Etihad. That's a terrible performance from Liverpool, and that's the best 11 they can put out. They're not missing anybody. That's their best 11. Poor performance from Liverpool. Let me know your thoughts. But from Man City's point of view, you'd be frustrated that you haven't done a little bit more, I think. Yeah. Jade says, I'm fuming, but nothing I can do 4,000 miles away. I sent my past girlfriend a text apologising for my mother overstepping. Yeah, well, she probably wants you back as well. Jake says, we've got the second half, calm down. Liverpool can be a good second half team under Slot. You're right. Very, very, very right. But Maney says, Mark Goldbridge's agenda against Liverpool needs to be studied. There is no agenda, mate. I'm a Man United fan. You're our biggest rival. Study over. Take the rest of the year off. As a Liverpool fan, I'm very disappointed. Can't place a single pass. This is the truth. This is the truth. They've been really bad. Super Bowl tonight, yes. I'll be setting that stream up in the second half. Never mind Old Trafford. They get beat at the Sol on Wednesday. Yeah, well, remember, Liverpool got to go Sunderland on Wednesday night. You go and play like that, you'll get beat. They've not lost a game in all season. How's the bat, Mark? Says Bad Hombre. Oh, the bat story was from United Stand last night. I had a bat flying around my bloody bedroom on Friday night. It was a bloody nightmare, I'll tell you that. A girl can always ask if they keep their man happy, says Oil Cruiser. Yeah, and a man can always reply and say, I'm not taking that criticism lying down. Even Burnley versus West Ham is better to watch than this. Is looking. I think it'll open up in the second half a little bit more. A draw's no good for either team. Pep needs to win this game. Liverpool, I think they need to win the game as well. I think that half of football for me also really does prove how low quality the Premier League is this year. Credit to the likes of Sunderland and Brentford and Everton, but the quality of the top six has been poor this season. Apart from Arsenal, it has been really poor because Arsenal have had a criticism because of the way they're playing, but there's no alternative. People moan about Arsenal winning the league, but there is no alternative. You can't tell me a team that deserves to win the league other than Arsenal. You might not like the way they're playing, but there's no alternative. Nobody's been good enough. As a girl myself, it's a horrible way to put it from her, says watching YouTube. It is. Yeah. Gaming Kid says, I see a lot of goals in this game, Mark Goldbridge. That was my quote before the game. I'll give you another one as well. I can't see this being 0-0. So, it just shows you. Yeah. Max says, it was meant pick one of Saka, Foden, Wirtz or Palmer. Palmer. Right here, right now, Palmer. I like Saka, but he's had about. I don't like how many touches he takes this season. So right here, right now, Palmer. Yeah. How is it poor when there are 4 Premier League teams in the top 8 of the Champions League? Mate, maybe the Champions League's poor. I think the quality of football in general in Europe is not very good. I'm allowed to say it, and I did. Salah doesn't do anything, says Abel. I mean, I'm glad you said this because you're right. I think even Liverpool fans will respect me on this. I've always been a big advocate of Salah. I think he's been massively underrated by the world game. I don't know whether he's because he's Egyptian and not Portuguese or Argentinian, but he has been one of the best players in world football consistently for many, many years. And I think he has been underappreciated. the numbers that he's put in for goals and assists in that Liverpool team in the Champions League and the Premier League is incredible. And he is a fantastic player. However, he's not that player anymore. He's not. And anybody that thinks Salah's going to come back is deluded. It's just not going to happen. It won't happen. He's not coming back. Now, we can argue about what it is that's changed. Oh, yes, we can. We absolutely can. But change it has. And he's not coming back from it. I think it's... I think he's lost a bit of pace. I think that's what it is. I don't think... Look, Paul Scholes could still hit a 40-yard pass and get it to land on your big toe. So I don't think it's that. I just think it's... I think he's lost that pace, and I don't think he'll get it back. Owen says, big fan, also a big Villa fan. Who are you fancying to win the European competitions this season, and is Villa in the mix? Well, we were talking about this in the first half. Thanks for your super chat, Owen. I don't think Villa can go for top 5 and win the Europa League. And I speak from experience. Like last season for United, it was a bloody nightmare trying to do both. So Villa don't have the squad for it. So I think that Villa have got to make a decision. Now, if they go all out for the Europa League, I think they'll win it. But it's risky in cup competition. Imagine in the final, get a man sent off. All that's gambled. Realistically, I think the Premier League is your best bet of doing it, but it'll be hard. Will Seb continue the family business, says Nathan? I'm not banking on it. I'm not banking on it. Mark, I feel Chelsea are stronger under Rosigne, says Nicholas. I think Maresca was doing a good job, but Rosigne looks quite good. Harriet says, is it just me or someone else that thinks Semenyo is trying to use too much of his left foot since his City move? Looks very unnatural. Might be something Pep's told him to do. Nitro says, Man City are going to fumble in the second half. We will see. And thanks for the super chat from Farhan. He says, Salah needs to follow Rio and find his QPR move. And I feel off at the moment and defensive game... Sorry, Sati says, I feel off the movement and defensive game in general has been better in the Premier League from most teams. Even teams like PSG, Barca, Bayern would get much space. There we go. Thank you very much. What's your opinion of the Premier League being slowly Americanised? Says Ben. You know what? I saw a lot of... This is going to be controversial, right? I saw a few people really, really moaning about the... You know the Six Nations rugby. So yesterday when the rugby was on, you'd have a full screen like this of the rugby, and then it would split into two. And there'd be a small screen of the rugby and then there'd be an advert. I've never felt so targeted for adverts in my life. It was an advert for Virgin Atlantic. And I'm watching the game whilst also watching the advert. I thought, you know what? This is the future. This actually is the future. I don't think... people were moaning about it, saying, I don't want adverts while I'm watching the game. And I'm like, you can still bloody watch the game. The game was there. I would rather see that in football than we cut away for breaks and stop the game. So I'm worried that in football we're going to see what we have in the NFL, and we'll see that tonight, where at the end of a play there's a break for an advert. You know, Hideous said there shouldn't be 0 ads in football. That's fine. I'm just saying I didn't have a problem with what I saw in the old rugby. Didn't bother me at all, if I'm being honest with you. Who's winning this, Mark? I would say that it's still going to end in a draw, but it could also go either way. Hello, and welcome to a Watchalong, Michael Owen. I think it will end in a draw. I don't know. I think they're going to go. I think it's been a crap first half from Liverpool. They can only get better. Can Man City get better? Look, maybe it's... You can't hear the game when they do those ads, though, Mark. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I didn't have the audio on. That's a great point, actually. I'll give you that. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner if you're new. Get involved with That's Football. We've got nearly 20,000 watching, so big game today. Hasn't actually delivered in the way that we wanted to. But Connor says, started slowly against Newcastle. You said the same thing. We finished strong. Not how you start, it's how you finish. Yeah, but I think you'd turned the corner a little bit. I mean, Newcastle scored, and then hadn't you scored 2 goals at half time? So I don't know. I don't know whether I agree with you on that. Sorry. But we spoke about this before the game. Remember, Man City have got a better bench than Liverpool. So that could have a factor. And they do have the likes of Cherki and Foden that they can bring on. Whereas for Liverpool, they don't really have any attacking options on the bench. So I think that's going to be interesting as well. We'll be starting our Super Bowl show at around 11 o'clock tonight. And we'll be starting... I've got an 8 o'clock show at United Stand as well, yeah. So that's got nothing to do with you, though, if you want to tune in for that. But yeah, Super Bowl start about 11, and we'll have punt off at around 11:30. God, I've lost my live chat again. Done it again. Done it again. Right, got it back. City haven't scored in the second half in 2026, says Dan. That's an incredible... That's incredible stat. Best film director, Mark. Kubrick for me, says Ewan Walsh. It's not something that really gets me going. I mean, I could say Tarantino or Spielberg, and I'd probably be able to argue it if I could be asked. What was that with Carrick's halftime interview? If that's where the game's going, it's disgusting, says Shahin. Stupid, pointless, waste of time. Put it in the bin with ref cam. Not interested in it. Don't need it at all. Thanks for all your super chats, by the way, at halftime. And isn't even that bad of a game. It's just no one has scored, says Kyle. I think it's the lack. I think it's Liverpool, really. I think Man City have done okay. I think it's more the Liverpool performance that's frustrating people, because I think people expected Liverpool to be a little bit better in the game, and they haven't been. You had a bad day, you take one down, you bring your rap song and you turn it around. It's Super Bowl LX, whatever that means. There it is, look at that. I don't know where that is. It's the Levi Stadium in Connecticut. What a stadium that is. They always go somewhere hot for the Super Bowl. And here we are in England, where it's probably raining in Liverpool. Not a bad stadium. Not a bad stadium. I've played the game. I've played the game there. I have actually played the game there. Yeah, it were good. It were good. I think I've got the highlights somewhere. I actually played very well in that game. Don't know whether I'll be able to do it anymore. Come on, Mark. What are you thinking second half? I think it'll be a draw. I would be annoyed if Liverpool came out second half and started playing well, because I really don't want them to win. But I think City have got to come out and do a little bit better in relation to the a draw is no good for them, is it? So, but look at those substitutes. Not really good. Phil Foden, Cherki, Reinders, they're good substitutions for Liverpool, Man City. But for Liverpool, basically Chiesa. It's just, I don't know whether Liverpool... I don't know. I feel like I sound like Orville. I don't know if Liverpool are actually going to get European football in the Champions League. I just don't know whether they've got the squad to do it. Isak's not going to be back for ages. You can only pick up more injuries. Who, from an attacking sense, who have they got to come back, Liverpool? Not really got anyone, have they? Sorry, I'm ready now. Here we go. Second half. Thanks everyone who subscribed, by the way. That's the stats at half-time. So Liverpool have got to do a lot better here. But under Arne Slot, they can do better. Come on, ref. Let's get going. Are we ready, ref? I'm ready, ref. Come on. Ref. Come on, ref. Sound like a dog. Ref. Roof. There we go. Okay. Let's have it. Let's have it. Nice long ball there. And that's going to go out for a goal kick. What was the show you went to where you got a United shirt, says Zacco? Well, you'll see it this week because I'll be promoting it this week. I'm looking forward to watching it. Dan says, ref will be dying to give a penalty next chance he gets. And Grimlock says, playing Szoboszlai at right back is a waste. Fuzz says, 1 goal from Haaland in 2026. What's going wrong? Service. Haaland's a service striker, so they're not getting the service to him. Our team's defending in a different way to stop him getting the service, maybe. If Man City doesn't win it, Arsenal's to take. Yeah, they've got to win. Here we go with Gakpo. Lays it off. Salah! Oh, my God. That was shit. That's not Salah. Imagine if Salah just pulled off a mask and it's Marcus Albrighton. I think I saw Marcus Albrighton at Centre Parks just before Christmas. Mamouche! Good defending by Szoboszlai. Explain to me how a draw is best for Man United. Well, we'd still be 3 points ahead of Liverpool and we could still catch Man City. And Man City won't be catching Arsenal. So they're the positives for me. I still think we could catch City. Champions League final or the Super Bowl mark? Champions League. Come on, Wan. Come on. Best Scottish manager, Ferguson or Shankly? Ferguson, John. Come on. These are easy. What was the show you want? I've done that one from Zacco as well. Ref, thank you very much. Not thank you very much to the ref. Free kick there. Van Dijk kicking through the back of Haaland. Probably should have got a yellow card for that. He did. That was me officiating the game without knowing the outcome. I think it was a bit of a nasty tackle there from Van Dijk and a deserved yellow card. Headed away. Yeah, imagine that, Mo Salah. This is why I've been so bad. Wenger or George Graham, Mark, says Jared. Wenger. Do you think this is the year for Arsenal, says Isma? You're talking to the person who predicted that Arsenal would win the league before a ball was kicked and everyone said, you're drunk. That's the problem with being, like, getting it right and nobody thought. What do you think about Man United's new stadium, FC26, says Tracy? I don't know what that means. We haven't got a new stadium. Do your best American accent, says... I think somebody told me if you say Space Ghetto. No, that's Scottish, isn't it? Space Ghetto. No, that sounds like Spice Girl in Scottish. I don't know what that means. Sheik says, who you got the Super Bowl? I'm going for the Patriots. Chiefs will be back next year. Mahomes will win it. Yeah, this is why I'm enjoying it tonight, because I don't like the Chiefs. Can Liverpool be a bit better in this half? Terrible first half. At home. Man City have really pressed them. Seahawks are the favourites. Doesn't mean shit, though. Is Szoboszlai wasted at right back? Well, I think he's been Liverpool's best player this season, so probably. Another offside. My God. I tell you what. I don't even like Liverpool, and it's pissing me off how often Gakpo and Salah are offside. I mean, switch the fuck on. What are they doing? Why are they getting caught offside? Oh, look at this. It's embarrassing. Super Bowl is in Santa Clara, California, not Connecticut. Let's go Seattle. I know, Mrs. Stone, I was just guessing. I didn't have a clue. I know they always do it somewhere hot. Gravenberch. Szoboszlai. Gravenberch. Szoboszlai. Nice little dink into Salah. Good play by Wirtz. Cuts it back. City will clear it. No, Salah, what's he going to do? Terrible first touch. Szoboszlai with the shot straight at Donnarumma. Everything about Salah's just not right. As well, is it? It's like, his touch is off as well. You can lose your pace, but his touch is off. Confidence low. He's got it here though. Not a bad ball into Wirtz, but oh, Gakpo, Ekitike. Oh, I think Donnarumma was worried for a minute. Probably their best chance of the game there, Liverpool. Drops to Ekitike. Probably was a difficult shot to take. Sort of scrambled its way through from Liverpool. Found its way through to Ekitike. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, he's sort of off balance a little bit. Slightly behind him, isn't it? Wasn't far away, though. Better from Liverpool. They have been better this first 7 minutes of the second half. Gakpo into Kirkez. Good cross. Oh, I thought McAllister was going to get that. Szoboszlai. Cut back. McAllister. No. Blocked again. Better from Liverpool here. Proper pressure. Kanate. It's going to find its way to Kirkez. He should use Gakpo there. Gakpo should use McAllister. Too slow. What do you think Luis Enrique suits better, City or Liverpool? If Pep leaves, do you think he'll fancy a move to City? I've never really heard anything about Enrique and Man City. I don't know whether that's on their... I mean, look, same for City. They've got a lot of options. Wirtz has got a lot of time here. Into the box, cuts it across. Kushanov clears it away. Gary says, is there a team that you like besides Man United that's not in the Premier League, a non-English team? Good cross. Ekitike. Donnarumma just did enough. Just did enough. And then Kirkez has won it back. And he's off. There's an offside anyway. Is there a team I like other than Man United? Not really. I don't really subscribe to that. I've always liked Italian football, and I always followed a few teams from Italy, but I wouldn't say I follow them massively anymore. I like football. You know what I follow away from Man United? Football. If there's a good game of football, like I'd watch PSG play Barcelona now, but 10 years ago I might not watch it because different times, isn't it? So I like to watch football. I like a good game of football. I was hoping this game would be a bit better. Nicholas says it's impossible to predict one red card like yesterday because I don't think you would have beaten Spurs. They were playing well. It's impossible to predict one red card like yesterday. I did it on the preview. I felt that Spurs would get a man sent off. I just had a feeling about it. But you're right. If we hadn't have had that, then it's like what Pep said, isn't it? Delot should have been sent off in the Manchester derby. If he had been sent off, Man City probably would have won that game. Even though we played really, really well, it would have been very hard to do that with 10 men. Man City. Mamouche. Semenyo. Good save. Straight at Alisson. What's happened to Kovacic? Is he still at Man City? The game's open here. Wirtz. Give it to Wirtz. Oh my God. Why did he not give it to Wirtz there, Ekitike? Because he didn't know. He didn't need to. Salah can't believe it. Lovely ball by Salah. And he puts it on a plate for Ekitike from 6 yards out. What a miss. Semenyo has a great shot, but look at Alisson here. That's goalkeeping. Quick transition. Ekitike, I think he should have used Wirtz, but he didn't. He decided against it. He goes to Salah. And Salah's ball is amazing. Oh my God. What a miss. Lovely cross by Salah, and that should be 1-0. What a miss by Ekitike, that is. That's big. That's a huge chance. I mean, he's been a big player for them, so no one's going to moan, but the game's opening up now. I think Liverpool and United will be thinking of the same managerial candidates for next season, apart from Carrick, of course, as Lieutenant Cunha. Well, I don't think Liverpool are necessarily going to change slot. Kirkes cross. Lays it off. Gakpo! Another big miss. Or was it a good bit of defending? Offside anyway. And I think Kushinov might be having a bit of a problem here because Donnarumma's saying get somebody on the pitch. I think he's all right. I think he's all right. Donnarumma's just telling him to... I think he might have winded himself here. Szoboszlai definitely wasted at right back, says Ross McRae Magician. But other than Timber, how many right backs is there in the Premier League that are quality or world class? Yeah, good point. Just looking at this here. Yeah, Gakpo offside again, look. Twice. He's actually offside twice. Yeah, Kushinov, I think he's hit Donnarumma's knee. If United win the league again, would you do a watch-along in a full United kit like your manager did on FIFA, says Jared. Mate, I'll wear a full kit if Man United are going to win the league. Bloody hell. I'll happily do that if I had that power. Thank you very much for your super chats. So, Maguire finishes that, says one and only. This from Ekitike, I can't believe it. Every time you look at it, you think you can't miss. He just headed it wrong, but there's so much... The way he's aiming... When that comes onto his forehead there, when you actually think about it, I'd say 70% of his vision is the goal. And he's missed it. It's harder to not... It's probably harder to miss that than it looks. Oh, here we go. Referee's changing his fucking microphone now. Salah should be on pitch. Should not be on the pitch, says Nicholas. He's awful. As are Old Trafford and Anfield the only two stadiums that get filled no matter what game it is? Or is there any other stadiums out there in the Premier League, says Rajaf? I think they fill the Emirates now. I think Arsenal's ground gets filled. And Bournemouth would get filled just because it's small. I think a lot of grounds do get filled because they're the right attendance capacity. Like Villa probably gets full most games, St James's Park. Because it's all contextual, isn't it? Like Chelsea gets full because it's a 38,000 capacity. Man City's problem is it's slightly too big. Kushanov's gonna come off here because of a head injury. Diaz is coming on. And Cherky. To be honest, it was quite a collision. I don't think it's necessarily a bad call, that. Christian says, do you ever notice how many clashes Donnarumma gets? I mean, he's a big guy and he just goes flying in, doesn't he? As we saw on Musiala. So Diaz on for Kushanov. That'll be a concussion thing, won't it? Oh, God, I don't know where that sneeze and yawn came from. Cherky for Mamouche. He's a player to watch, Cherky. He can make a difference. Definitely. Yeah, Kovacic seems to be out for a long time. Good take by Konate there, because Semenyu's just come through the back of Gravenberch. Concussion sub is an extra sub. Yeah, you're allowed to. It doesn't count as one of your subs. I've had my dinner. I had a roast dinner Sunday, isn't it? So potatoes, spinach. No, it wasn't spinach actually. It was like some sort of green stuff. Red cabbage, gravy, roast pork, carrots. It was very nice. It's been a long Sunday because Seb's game kicked off at 9:30 and it was away. So we were up at like 7:15. Coco says this feels like a 0-0 draw. It's still a long way to go. There's going to be about 35 what's potatoes. There'll be at least 5 minutes added on already because of the Kushanov incident. That's a nice ball. Semenyu is going to be offside. Yeah. Amazing how many offsides we've had in this game. How people at this level can't stay onside. It's not even like the offside traps are that good. Just too eager. Good play out by Altnouri. Szoboszlai stays with him. I thought he was a good signing for City, Altnouri, as well. Ooh, Diaz with the shot, just wide. How close was this? Wasn't far off, to be fair. Lowercase 12 says if City sub Haaland, they win. They score. A draw doesn't really help either team. Look, there's a time and a place where Man City drawing at Anfield is a good result, and there's a time and a place where Liverpool drawing to City at Anfield is a good result, but not today. City can't afford to drop any more points to Arsenal, and Liverpool can't afford to drop more points to Liverpool. Here we go. This has got to be a goal. Oh, what a block. Gehi, I don't think Wirtz has hit that well. Drops to him in the box. Liverpool are getting the chances here. He's got that's a crap shot. Why is he trying to place that? That's got to be laces. Bang. Nah. He's got that wrong. He's got to laces that. Funky says, are you doing a Super Bowl watch-along, Mark? It's already set up on the homepage. Yes, we're live. 11:15. I want Liverpool to win so we can move up to second, says Hyans. Salah with the corner. Headed away. Another corner. Well, Liverpool look the more likely team to win at the moment. Holly says, what sweets have you got tonight? I've got loads. Chocolate, sweets, crisps, drink. Super Bowl's on this channel, mate. Always do it on this channel. Headed away. Gareth says, there's so many offsides and misses. Match fixing thoughts. I don't know about that. I certainly don't think Ekatike missed it on purpose. I think it's hard to miss it on purpose. That's what I'm saying. Who's your favourite streamer to watch, Mark? Says Frankie. I don't really watch anybody stream. American football boring, says she loves cowgirl. Well, that's your prerogative again, isn't it? That's your choice. I enjoy it. Some people do enjoy it. There's pubs in the UK who around the country who are packed out tonight for the Super Bowl. Some people enjoy it, some people don't. Another free kick. Are the rules confusing? Dead easy. I'll explain it at 11:15. Dead easy. I think that's part of the problem. People think the rules are like hard to understand. They're really easy. Only any lone player update like Amaz and Leon, says Caviar. No. Amas is on loan at Norwich and injured, and Leon didn't go on loan. Gakpo on the back post. Lays it off to Gravenberch. He might try a shot. Wild. Wild. You're wild! What's that film? Oh, Dirty Dancing. Well, the game has had its twists and turns. It feels like Liverpool are in the ascendancy at the moment. Go Pats from Boston with love, says Sean. Hope you're doing well. Let us know where you're watching from in the world, by the way. Salah, I think he's offside there. Offside. Again. Fucking hell, I can't believe... Oh, he's given a free kick. Oh, he has given a free kick. I thought he was offside. Liverpool players are saying he's through one-on-one. No, not with Salah's pace these days. Maybe 2 years ago. Gahey gets booked. I mean, he does tug him off, but there's no way Salah's going to get on that. Tug him back, sorry. It's a yellow card. I just don't think Salah's going to score. It's close. He might have done. Is it a goal-scoring opportunity? Look at Slot, I suppose. Oh, people saying it's a penalty. No, definitely outside the box. It's whether it's a red or a yellow. Let's run a poll. Yellow or red? Arsenal fans are screaming red. Gahey gets booked. I tell you what, I think if that was Mo Salah last season, it might have been a red. But I definitely don't think he was going to get there. But definitely definitely borderline. I've misspelt Gahey. I can't do anything about it now. You know who he is. Anyway, free kick for Liverpool. I think it's a yellow because I don't think he's clearly going to get there and have a goal scoring opportunity. I think one, Gahey might catch him up, and two, there's somebody running across. Having said that, it's hard to say he was going to catch him up when he's pulled him back. It's close. Anyway, good free kick position. The shame for Liverpool is that he was probably going to get a shot off, and now it's a free kick on the edge of the box. And it's a crap one by Salah. Brace said, last man, no intention to play the ball, clear red. There's a fair point here. Somebody just said, but you're a United fan. Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to be screaming for a red card for Liverpool so they can win this game, am I? So, yeah, fair point. Well made. City have been as bad in the second half as Liverpool were in the first half. It's been a game of two halves. We see a lot of that in the Premier League at the moment, and that is definitely the case here. City have really struggled second half. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We've got 20,000 watching. We've got 20 minutes to go. %61% said it should have been a yellow card. 39% are saying it should have been a red. I can see technically people, you're not wrong asking for a red, but for me, I just felt it was borderline. Gravenberch. Liverpool still got plenty of time though, and they have been on top. Salah's cross is good. Donnarumma's there again, punches it away. And he's giving a free kick to Liverpool. City just can't get out their half now. Silva's doing an owl impression. He's just going, ooh, 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 ooh. Szoboszlai from here. We saw him do it against Arsenal back in August. Yeah, there he is. Aaron says a Liverpool win is best for United, surely. How have you figured that one out, mate? How have you figured out that a Liverpool win is better for United? Take a look at the league table. Give Liverpool another 2 points and they're 1 point behind us. That's not better for Man United, is it? We don't want Liverpool winning. Hey, Szoboszlai is capable from here. Andrew says, feel for me, I'm a United fan and a Cowboys fan. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! He's done it again. It's an absolute worldie. I don't like it. I do not like it, but I can appreciate it. That is an absolute banger from Szoboszlai. It's incredible. You know what he's going to do. You know what he's going to do. And that is what he has done. That is absolutely incredible. I'm not even messing about. Absolutely fantastic. It's what he can do. Player of the year for Liverpool, without a doubt, in my opinion. Watch this. Donnarumma doesn't even move. Oh, my God. Yeah, look at that. What a goal. I think it goes in off the post as well. Yeah, you don't save those. It's gone in off the post. What a goal. What a goal. You just... I don't like Liverpool. I don't want them up our arse, which they will be now if they win this game. But you've got to appreciate the class of that. It's a madness as well, because first half, Liverpool were really bad. Second half, Man City have been really bad. The movement on that. Somebody said, why didn't Donnarumma dive? Have you seen how big a goal is? People are saying, why didn't he dive? Have you ever stood in a football goal and that's gone in off the post? It might start central, but it hits the post. You can't dive for that. People in the chat were literally saying, why didn't he dive for it? It starts off central and then it moves so much it goes in off the post. That means it's moved 6 metres. You don't save those. What about a two-man wall? Well, that's the thing. He only wants a two-man wall so he can see it. But just because you can see it doesn't mean you can save it. So maybe you should have gone for a bigger wall. It's an incredible goal. And he's done it twice this season. And he's done it against Arsenal and he's done it against Man City. Robert says, only 2 in the wall, Donnarumma's fault. Come on, you Gunners, says a true jet. Well, it's a great goal for Arsenal, yeah. Nagash says that goal was pure filth. You did say Szoboszlai was capable from there, to be fair, says Rob. Oh, mate, he's an amazing free kick taker. Can you shout out my bro, Jack Roberts, says Felix. Shout out to Jack. Can Man City come back into this? I don't know. They've done nothing in the second half. I don't think they can. Kirkez is having a good second half, to be fair. I feel like Szoboszlai, Ekatike, Gravenberch, Liverpool are pushing for the second here. I do feel like Pep's team selection is a bit strange, though. Like, with all due respect, O'Reilly in the midfield, when you've got Gonçalves, Foden, Reinders, Cherky. But give the title to Arsenal is right. Like, look, you can't criticise a goal like that. I'm just trying to see if a wall would have made a difference. But like I had people telling me that this Gonçalves guy was going to be like, he's better than Rodri, and he doesn't even pick him. What a goal! Bish Bash Bosh, says DBX. Jared says Mark explaining goalkeeping. Mark's played the game. Thank you very much. 12 minutes to go. I don't think Man City are getting back into this. Stranger things have happened. Let's have a look. This is the one. Yeah, 4-man wall. So 2 men next to Rodri. They stop it, yeah. You've got to blame the goalkeeper. Look, it's a great goal, but if it's a 4-man wall, he can't do that. He can't do that. If he's got a 4-man wall, they can't do that. Good call. He doesn't beat the wall. He just shoots past the wall. It's a great goal. Like, people make mistakes, but he should have had a bigger wall. Could Man United be Arsenal's biggest rival this year? Says Nicholas. Well, we're not winning the league, so if I'm sure if Man United are Arsenal's biggest rival for the title, Arsenal are very, very happy about that. It's a 12-point gap, isn't it? Liverpool will naturally do what happens now. They'll naturally sit back a little bit, which is not a bad idea because you can counter. City look clueless though, don't they? Seriously, Pep makes the shittest subs, took off his most dangerous attacker in Mamouche when Haaland isn't doing shit other than hugging Van Dijk, says Ike. And Rajaf says, Szoboszlai's aura is absolutely immaculate. Should be a United player for fuck's sake. He's shown why he's a Ronaldo fan. Absolute perfection, says Rajaf. I don't think United ever looked at Szoboszlai, though. And he's been a brilliant signing for them. I think Liverpool's problem's going to be, though, if they pick up any injuries, they've got no bench either, have they? They lose like a Gakpo or an Ekitike. But Man City, I spoke to a Man City fan last week and I said, I think the drop-off of Man City since Maresca said he'd been interviewed for the job has been incredible. And they were like, no, it's got nothing to do with that. I think it has. I think the amount of points they've dropped since Pep said he was going is massive. Well, City, who've City got midweek? I feel like they're playing Wolves, you know. I think they're going to get away with it. Yeah. Oh, no. Home to Fulham. Fulham played well at Old Trafford. It might not be a dead cert. Pull Man City into it as well. Look at the league table. Look at the league table. Man City would only be 3 points ahead of United. And 5 ahead of Liverpool. Haaland into Semenyo. Been very quiet. Cristiano's goal against Portsmouth was better than that, Raf, but that's a great goal. Cloudy Milk calling us a small club down where? Says a true gent. And Ryle says, do you have a favourite Man United player? What if story? Mine's got to be Remy Moses, unlucky with injuries, retired at 28. Veron's always a player that comes to my mind as well. So we've got about 6.5 minutes of normal time, and then there will be a bit of stoppage time because of the Kushinov head injury. Oh, piss off! Actually, I don't know. That's good. I'm getting confused myself. 1-1. Get in, Silva. I don't know why. I don't know why I reacted like that. I'm so used to not liking City. I was like, oh, piss off, and then I'm like, actually, that's good. This is great. He's onside. Szoboszlai plays him on. Incredible. Little ball by Cherky. Nod down by Haaland. Silva. 1-1. There we go. There we go. I'm confused. People are saying, why are you liking City? I'm very confused today. It's really difficult to be... I'm so used to like slagging off every Man City goal. But actually, that's good. This is better for Manchester United. Well, look, that to be honest with you, as I said, first half, Liverpool, crap. City, good. Second half, Liverpool, good. City, crap. And that's literally all City have done all half. But as I said, a draw doesn't suit either team. Can you shout out my brothers? Safe, says Baby Shifo. That free kick reminded me of Ronaldo versus Portsmouth, says Ryan Wilson. Screw Semenyo, overrated. Dorgu's better, says Amit. If Man City are in the title race now, then United are as well. What do you think, Mark, says Anshu? No, but City aren't in the title race now. Not if they don't win, not in my opinion. I predicted a draw, didn't I? God, I'm getting so confused. I'm just going to stick with I want a draw. That's what I said at the start. I know some people say we want City to win. I want a draw. Oh, hold on. Good tackle by Gahey. That was brilliant. What an interception. This game in the last, well, there's 5, maybe 10 minutes to go here. I think it's going to be open this last few minutes. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks, everyone. Got nearly 22k watching. Very big game in the Premier League, this. Title for Arsenal. Champions League spots for Man United, Chelsea and Villa. Szoboszlai again. Good block. Gahey's had a very good game. I know some people say he should have been red carded. 54% of you said he should have been red carded. 44% of you said he should have been red carded, but he has had a very good game. Pep's walking around like, do you want some? I'll give you some if you want some. Man United are playing very nice football now, says Nicholas. Yeah. How many minutes do you think they'll add on, says Omar? 7 or 8. Remember the talk, Wirtz is to replace Szoboszlai, says TCO. Well, this is the thing. Whilst Liverpool have got a right-back crisis, you can put Szoboszlai there, but the real talk is Szoboszlai is better than Wirtz, isn't he? But as I say, a draw doesn't really suit either of these teams, which is why I wanted a draw. Let's not forget Villa and Chelsea in all of this as well. They won't. A draw's good for them. A draw's good for Arsenal as well. A draw's good for everybody apart from Liverpool and City. Chelsea, Villa, United, Arsenal. There's maybe a better result, but a draw is best for all of those clubs. A draw is still a very good result for Arsenal, isn't it? You're still, what, 8 points clear? It's 10 points clear. 10-point gap. 8th of Feb. You'll have that. But there's time to go. Doesn't mean it's going to go that way. There'll be a chance for somebody. There will be a chance. Pressure? What pressure? 8 points clear. I can't do maths. Szoboszlai's cross is good. Salah's header is shite. On a serious note, if 6 is average out of 10, what would you give Salah today? Because I'd probably give him a 5.5. Again. And it's not because he's not trying. He's just no good anymore. It's sad. It's very sad because he has been a Premier League legend, but a year too far. You know, the ridiculous thing is, if we'd have had the conversation in the summer, should Salah leave now or play another year, nobody would have predicted that was the time to go. Not even him. You just wouldn't know that it was going to go off in a light switch like that. Semenyu's in here, down the right, left-hand side, puts the cross in. Alisson's there. Bernardo Silva should have been booked there. You can't get him. Well, we've got about 20 seconds to know how long it's going to get added on. Who scored the City goal? Bernardo Silva. Liverpool should have let Salah go and signed Elise, says Wreck-It Ralph. Elise. Imagine what an upgrade Elise would be on Salah right now. 7 minutes. I said 7 or 8. That's not bad. Keeper's got to get there. Oh, we can't give a penalty for that. The ball's gone out. He's given it. He's given it. The ball's out. The ball's out of play. You can't. I mean, look, I ain't bothered, but if you're an Arsenal fan, you'd be going fucking mad. The ball's out of play. Knocks it past him. Oh no, I think it is a pen. I think it is a pen. I think it is. He definitely fouls him, but I tell you what. I think it is. I think it's a pen. I think it is. I think it is. I think, you know what? When you first see it, you're just like, why is he there? I think it is a penalty. I do. I don't think you can complain about it. It's like the Romero red card yesterday. You sort of look at it and go, why? But then I think it is. Is it a pen? Is it a pen? Yes or no? Get your votes in. Bad news for Arsenal, this. This will put them back 6 points behind you and you've still got to go to the Etihad. What a turnaround for Arsenal, this. What a turnaround for City. What a result for United. But 100% a penalty. I think it is. The only debate point I would have said is if the ball had gone out before he fouls him, is it still a penalty? You could say it still is. But you know what? Technically, if the ball's active when he's fouled him, and it was, then I think it has to be a penalty. It's just stupid. He's not. I understand the frustration because he's not going to score. It's stupid. But if someone's on the touchline and I've got 50 people in the box and I kick him in the box, it's still a penalty, isn't it? Even though it's not dangerous, it's still a penalty. So Alisson fouled. Was it Nunez? Am I celebrating this or not? I would have been happy with a draw. Good penalty by Haaland. Takes the top off. Runs to the fans. Big goal. Big goal. Big moment in the title race as well. That's not good for Arsenal, is it? Brutal. Big goal. City to win the league. 6 points, by the way, says True Gent. Is this why we love football, says Sports-Loving MILF. I'm calling it Haaland or miss, says TH. Only team to stop us from winning the title is ourselves, says Shinobi Ben. Our mentality's been crap the last few years, but this year's it's different. Liverpool should have let Salah go and signed Elise, says Wreck-It Ralph. You also predicted they use Haaland for the flick on, says she. Good penalty by Haaland as well. And Alisson did guess the right way. So it was a very good penalty. Horrible result for Liverpool, though. Horrible result for Liverpool. We'll show you the league table in a minute. But for Chelsea, United, Villa, this is good. They've got to go to Sunderland as well. But the title race is on. The title race is on. Man City are very much in a title race when they're 6 points behind. And Arsenal have got to go to the Etihad. So the title race is on. And who, you know, if you're an Arsenal fan, when Szoboszlai scores that goal, you're thinking it's not on. But there is time here for Liverpool. Salah's been shit, hasn't he? It's sad to see. Carragher's going to go in on him. Carragher's going to be fuming.
I told you Salah's shit. I told you. He's rubbish. Gary, he's rubbish. I told you. I bloody told you for ages. He's rubbish. He's having a laugh.
What a result for City. Look, in the context of the of the title race, it's great. In the context of... I've got to pause this. How do I do it? Look at that league table. 6 points gap at the top. And look at the gap from 5th to 6th. It's 4 points. And Man United are 5 points ahead of Liverpool. Brentford and Liverpool on 39 points. Chelsea 4 points ahead. Man United 5 points ahead. Top 5 are going to get Champions League football. Breathing space tonight. Big, big result. And Liverpool go to Sunderland on Wednesday. And they've still got to go to Anfield. Sorry. They've still got to go to Old Trafford. I think they've still got to go to Chelsea as well. I'm not sure. Or maybe Chelsea have got to go to Anfield. Sunderland away, Brighton at home, Forest away, West Ham at home, Wolves away, Tottenham at home, Brighton away, Fulham at home, Everton away, Palace at home, United away, Chelsea at home, Villa away. Oh God. Great save, Alisson. What a save from Out-Nouri. Yeah, I don't like Liverpool's May much. United away, Chelsea at home, Villa away, Brentford at home. Forget about it. I don't think I did say a couple of weeks ago they need to get rid of Slot and they're not going to get Champions League football. And people were like, "You're talking out your arse," and I was like, "I'm not. That's my opinion." He's got no bench. They've got no bench, Liverpool. Shahin says Slot in trouble. He made one sub, and even that was after City's first goal. Well, City were dreadful, absolutely dreadful until the Szoboszlai goal. Not long left. Arsenal fans ain't going to be enjoying this, are they? Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. No. Man City have kept it in. Is the whistle going to go? Alisson gave the penalty away. Pep saying, why are we still playing here? A minute added on, surely. Surely that's it. Oh, what a save by Donnarumma. Incredible. That save could be a save that we look back on at the end of the season and say, from Alexi McAllister. Oh, it's a little bit central though, to be fair. I mean, it's a great save, but I thought it was in the top corner. It was a bloody good shot by Alexi McAllister. It's a big save by Donnarumma. That's why you buy quality. That's why you buy best in class. Corner comes in. It's not a great one. Donnarumma punches it away. Referee's not going to blow. Goes wide to Salah. Salah's cross is good. Headed away again. Salah. Ekatike. It's a crowded box. Salah. Still in there. City get rid of it. That should be it. There's no goalkeeper. Szoboszlai leaves it for the goalkeeper. He's not there. Ref's ready to blow now. It goes long. Alisson's up. He's not going to win a header. This could be it. Haaland wants it. Cherki goes for it. Haaland's going to make it. Haaland's going to make it. And he's given the goal. He's given the goal. He's given the goal. Cherki scores it. Incredible scenes. Cherki rolls it towards the goal. Szoboszlai fouls Haaland to get there. Haaland fouls Szoboszlai. And then the goal gets given, but it doesn't really matter. It was going to be the last kick of the game. What an end to this game. 3-1. I just don't like City. I don't like City winning. I can't do this. I don't like City winning. I can't do it. I know why. I know why, but I don't like. I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable with this. I'd rather have had a draw. Has he blown the whistle? What a save this is. Oh, it deflected from McAllister. Oh, it's a great save. That Donnarumma save is absolutely amazing because it deflects. I mean, this is like the goal that Arsenal scored against Chelsea, isn't it? But watch this. Szoboszlai fouls Haaland, definitely, and then Haaland fouls Szoboszlai. So what's the referee supposed to do? You either send Szoboszlai off and he misses the Sunderland game. I mean, I don't know what Liverpool are complaining about. Because if he doesn't give the goal, he has to give the red card. And then Szoboszlai misses the Sunderland game, doesn't he? Oh, Liverpool have walked into a trap here. Just give the goal. Just give the goal. Don't give a red card for that. Don't rule the goal out. Just give the fucking goal. It's the last kick of the game. Seriously, I'm not even a Liverpool fan, but come on. Just give the goal. 3-1. You don't overrule it to give a red card. That'd be stupid. Advantage. Play a fucking advantage. They were both tugging each other. So it's a red card and they've given the goal. Even Haaland saying, why bother? I think that's absolutely stupid. I think that's mad. I think that is absolutely mad. PJ Moel, fuck off. That is absolutely stupid. That's stupid. That's exactly what advantage is for. What if Man City don't win the league by 1 goal? That is absolutely crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Just give the fucking goal. It's the last action of the game. It's mad. It's not even a penalty for Man City. It was outside the box. Who wins there? Like, Man City lose a goal. Liverpool lose a player. It's mad. There's no benefit to anybody there apart from milk monitor Data Dean wankerness. Who benefits from that? Man City do not benefit from that at all. It's mad. What are they thinking? What is the referee thinking there? Like, he fouls him, but Haaland carries on, and they score. That is, I'm sorry. I know we've got a title race going on and a Champions League game going on, but that to me is absolute insanity. Absolute insanity. Stupidity. Absolutely stupidity. Look, technically I know why they've done it, but reality, just play the advantage. Play the advantage. Madness. Absolute madness. City won the game anyway, says Jake. Liverpool getting close to Everton in the table. P. Jamal still making it about them, says Shinobi. In the words of ever, I love this game. 18th of April, we play City. I'm confident we'll win, says Shinobi Ben. Slot's in trouble. He made 1 sub, says Shahin. Okay, I'm going to do a match reaction. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe. Don't forget Super Bowl Sunday tonight. This is going to move you over to that link anyway, so just make sure you're back there at 11 o'clock. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. I'll speak to you on the next one.